Hello. Duh. So, today not a great, nothing crazy to do. Just fixing some stuff. We first need to fix some UI element, some forms, exactly. Wait, why does my mic is not loud enough? Okay, perhaps it's better now. Let me check. Okay, perhaps it's better now. Let me check. Yeah, it was pretty low. Okay. Perhaps that's better. I don't know. Not clue why it was screaming out loud. Yeah, so the goal is just to fix some UI element, especially in the forms input. So let's review. Oh yeah, I have to log myself. This looks okay. I don't know why the gap is such colossal. It's normal. Anyway, I think it was on the prices. Add prices. It seems to be working just fine. I don't remember there were a input that wasn't displayed properly. I don't really necessarily remember where. Yeah, here. Here it's not correct. For some reason. I think it's problem with the input. This should be with full. It's another. Another form. Problem is that I have the same thing for prices, for instance, but it doesn't seem to be to not work. Seems to work pretty okay. I don't know. Okay, yeah. It works. And now the second one. Boom. everything else is working. Okay. So we can commit. Yeah, pretty simple. And I have basically nothing to do except creating new pages, but commit branch. I don't know which branch I am right now. Stuff. Sadly. No, I haven't never. It's fine. So this is okay. But use them. When we delete the platform, we want to remove every cache associated with the platform. Where is my page? Here we go. Destroy. Platform delete. Now the thing is, since it's called a observer, platform observer, we should put every cache here and force deleting it. I don't exactly remember the name of all of my cache, but then we should be able, when we delete the platform, we should access to the user account also. That's something I will have to do. On we just need to I wonder if there is something like I really forget every cache that ends by this syntax. Is there any or keys starting with certain keywords? Hello Steven, what's up? What's your plan for today? Yes, there are Redis. You can delete all keys starting with a certain prefix using the Redis facade and the keys command. However, cautious, the key command can be slow on large dataset. Your plan for today is chill. Is chilling. Sound a little weird. The sound is a little weird. Yeah. Because there is some construction work. I try to fix the sound, but there is some construction work, and there is infra bass sound. Even me, I can hear it. It's quite disturbing. Like, you hear it? Is it why the sound is bad, or it's something else? Because apparently it looks like it's okay on the dashboard. So you tell me, is it okay? Is it not okay? I don't know why the sound is bad. I have no clue. Let me see. I have no clue. Let me see. No clue. Can try to. It's okay. I will unplug and replug the microphone. Ah. 1, 2, 3 test. I don't know. 1, 2, 3 test. I don't know. Anyway. Cache tags are not supported when using Yoga. Cache tags allow you to tag really. Fixed? I don't know. I asked you what was the problem with the sound. I don't know what the problem is. Is it because there is a background noise? Or something else? I don't know. Or the overall quality is bad? Perhaps it's my microphone that is broken? It sounds weird. How to describe? Okay. 1, 2, 3 test. It doesn't seems to be that bad. seems to be that bad. I don't know. Voice fry. Yeah, I'm an American girl now. It's true that when I hear the feedback, oh, oh, there is no more voice frying, right? There is no more voice frying, right? Seems to be fixed for some reason. I have no clue. I don't know, perhaps it's because I've set it up good to me. Okay, perfect then. So now what we want to do is to add tags to still have it, but it might just be me. I have no clue. Maybe a little quiet though. You don't hear me enough. I can increase my sound, but I don't think the quality would be better. Perhaps it would be even worse. Perhaps my microphone is too far away from my mouth. I don't know. I'm not a professional streamer. So I guess we need to put tags on the cache system. Sounds great. Okay. Cache remember, but can we add a tags on this? Like tags? Okay, this seems to be working. So let's go, let's add some tags. Platform, I guess. No, I cannot do this. Tag has to be dynamic, right? The tag name has to be dynamic. Cache allow you to tag rated item in the cache and then flush all cached value that have been assigned to a given tag. This may access the tag cache by passing it in ordered array of tag name, for instance. To retrieve a tagged cached item, pass it in the same order list of tagged. Remove the tagged cache theme. If you may first order it and enter tag on list of tag figures in this statement. All cache is tagged with either people, author, or both. So Anne and John will be removed. In contrast, this statement would only cache tagged with author, so Anne would be removed, but not John. Okay. So that's what I want to do, I guess. So it would be something like that. So this is my tag. I have to put it everywhere. Here we go. Chat message. Cache. Competition. No cache. Content section. I don't think there is any cache. Language. There is some cache. Get current languages. Why do we do this while every other element are prefixed to the platform keyword, platform alert? And this is just languages. They should be platform languages. Handle initial request if subdomain. Yeah, get current languages. I should prefix this with platform. And I should cache. I should add a tag on it. Here. Boom. Same thing for platform, I guess. Yep. Tags. And then prices. The same thing. Here we go. Then time of use. Boom. And then users. Cache, remember, user is admin on platform. Platform UID. Is owner. Okay, so we can do the same thing. And here we go. I believe. Chatbot message, there is no cache. It's already cached in a chatbot. And well, here we go. So now, in theory, in the platform observer, when there is a delete, we can do cache, forget, no, tags, sorry, tags, something like this, something exactly like that. Here we go. So now, in theory, it should remove every caching element that has the tags subdomain dash platform. And actually, this should be I think this should be inside of the because this is undeleted, but I wonder if it should be also on the edit. Let me think. No, but instead of passing an array, I can directly pass the string. I think. What is the tags? I don't know what mixed is. Array or mixed? Okay, mix it just any type. Okay, thanks. So it's either an array or just a string, right? Is it like well yeah, it's PHP typing. I'm it's so bad that I'm so bad. Yeah, I guess it's fortress for string in this case. Yeah. Otherwise my editor would say, hey, you cannot do this. Please stop. Also integer. I wonder. Yeah, probably. Replaced by that. Yeah. Here we go. And in theory, yeah. Oh no. Let's replace it by this. Here we go. So now, in theory, when I delete the platform, every cache associated with this platform should be deleted, since I deleted the tags. Since I flush the tags and all the caching keys associated with it. Let's try. I don't even know how I could see my how could I see my cache keys? Is there, I don't know if you're here, Stephen, but is there any way to just have a nice look about, I mean, I think here, in telescope, I could see whether or not I've been forget the keys. What is this? Check Redis. Yeah, but I don't really want to check Redis. Because Redis is Redis. The UI of Redis is not that great. Anyway, let's delete the platform settings. That's what I've done yesterday. If you didn't see, like I can check. Don't want to change the subdomain because if I do it, then I will be logged out. But if I delete the platform, I mean I have to put stuff inside of the cache. So let's cache everything. Here we go. So now let's delete the platform. check the Redis, there is a search tags. Okay, now I have to Redis. I will hide my env file because I want to connect Redis to it. And then I don't know what I should show or what I shouldn't show. Oh, in telescope, okay. My bad. Oh yeah, there's cache here. I haven't seen it. Delete platform, boom. Now we get a 404. We should be redirected to the user, it's a user page. And now on telescope, Etera platform has been forgot, which was the tag name. How do you see the LCAR predict cache tag, Etera platform entries? So I guess this is okay. And this is when I was redirecting the user to the page. Copy Etera dash platform. Etera dash platform entries. So that, yeah, so this was this, and this was that, I believe. I don't know what this is though. I think it's, oh, it's every key that I've just deleted. I don't really know. Get the cache, okay, and then I don't know how this is triggered. Let's comment it to see if it's still deleted. Cache clear. Now refresh the page. And we connect ourselves. And now if we just put some stuff inside of the cache and now delete the platform again. What does telescope tell us? Cache. Doesn't work. Yeah, only deleted this. And okay. So it deleted the cache and all the keys associated with it, I believe. Open a connection, cancel new connection. Let's open a new connection. Redis. And it will be Redis password. I don't know if it's null or if it's Okay, let's connect. Oh, this is a... Okay, anyway. Tags. I still have the tag. Okay, I still have the tags because I didn't delete it. But now if I uncomment, I don't have the platform anymore, so that's kind of useless. Okay, so tags. What are the value of this? What is the score? Is it like an ID of a cache key? I will ask ChatGPT. I added tags to cache system in explain that to me. What are score and values? I guess value is just the key, but score I have no clue. This is value. This is the cache key. That's to with the tags. The format appears to be hashed. For example, this is actually hash representing tag. The score is a timestamp indicating when the cache entry was created or accessed. What does it mean? Okay. When I flush tags, does it delete all key that are associated with the tags? I don't know exactly how it works. I don't understand. If you flush the Ether platform tag, this would delete the cache entry with the key. Yeah, but how does it work? How do they know where they have to go to delete the cache? That's the thing I don't really understand. How does it work under the hood? Now we have the cache language. And we have some element like Ether platform language. Like if I do the price and I refresh, now I should have another thing. Price or something. There is a bug here for my languages. Yeah. But I don't know how he knows how to delete it. Chatbot. This is the value of the cache of chatbot. Okay. Yeah, perhaps mistreated me. Subdomain dash platform. Oh yeah. The key is not properly set. It should have a dash here. That's why. And if I remove it, boom, we have nothing else in the database except the cache language, which was the previous case. So that's why it hasn't been deleted, I guess. I don't know. Oh no, because it's the global caching system. Never mind. So I believe it works. In theory, I shouldn't even need to add this line. And I need to delete everything else from a ChatGPT. Remove it there too. There's just another way to use keys as a group. By the way, you want to go to Agilo this afternoon? So I believe that's what I wanted to do this morning. Yeah. Now we can create a commit message. I don't know. Yeah, my stay. Okay. Do whatever you please. Feed cache. Update caching strategies. Tags for platform-specific data. Yeah, I mean, I've changed pretty much nothing, right? Just added tags. I slept. Can you believe it? Incredible. Commit and push. Yeah. I don't know if Cursor or VS Code does this, but when I do a commit on PHP Storm or JetBrain IDEs or something, I do have the editor just go in every file that I've modified it and try to see if there is any errors. It's not AI related or anything, it's just that it check if there is some imports element that are not used, and if so, then you say, hey, you didn't use this imported component in your Vue.js file. Please remove it if you don't use it. I don't know if VS Code do something like this. Anyway. What's the next step for me? I need to check if... Fuck. ESLint. But yeah, ESLint worked for... Yeah. Does it work for PHP? No, it doesn't. Because it's work for every... I don't think it's ESLint related. It's just... No, for PHP, I don't remember what they think. As far as I know. Yeah, it's for JavaScript. I don't think even for JavaScript, I don't think it's even ESLint. I think it's something built in PHP Storm and WebStorm and those editor. This shouldn't be working. We shouldn't have the French version here, since we removed it from the backend. Oh, it didn't work. Well, we have a bug. That we need to fix. Web. Languages. What do I send? Okay. So yeah, so just have the UID of the English version. But for some reason, it's easy to cache. Oh, because I've changed the cache name. My bad. This is really suboptimal. Because if suddenly for some reason I want to change the caching system, then it will crash on different other places. I don't know, what could I use? Like an enum thing? Like that? But I think it's quite overkill for just caching keys. I don't know. So now if I just remove French, and click and save and refresh, still doesn't work. Subdomain. Just tag all setting with a setting cache and flush everything unchanged. I don't want. No, because it's just scoped to certain element. When I click and save, it just only sends in the new languages. I don't want to flush all the settings. And I don't have. There is no reason to have a settings tags. Oh, and my laundry just finished. I will have to dry my clothes now. But I don't know why it doesn't forget the cache. Like if I just and the cache thing, it did not forget anything for some reason. Let's retry. Oh, there. Yeah. Oh, no, it works. No, it doesn't work. Why? That's interesting. If I clear the cache, now it works. But now I don't have any languages. Okay, so that's why I wanted to refactor everything. I think you're optimizing in this case. This project is only over optimization. Because the previous version I under optimized it, and I had some big issue. So that's why I want to cache everything. But the only problem with the previous version is that I wanted to over optimize it because I was using Heroku, which was absolute garbage. Like the managed database by Heroku was absolute trash. So that's why I wanted to put the maximum amount of data inside of the cache to avoid flooding my database, even though it wasn't that much queries in the database. But for some reason, even over 800 euros database, which is an insane amount of money, it would crash if too many people refreshes the page. So that's why I wanted to put everything in cache. But for some reason, I don't know why get all languages just send me not every languages. Unsure current platform. Oh, that's why. That's why. Get all languages. Thing is, this should be without global scope. I don't know how. Without global scope. Yeah. Languages without global scope. No. Yeah. Without global scope. Or I don't know. The OR method doesn't exist in this, I guess. Not sure. Let's clear the cache one at a time. Yeah, it doesn't exist. I think it's just a get method. Clear the cache again. And now, yeah, we do have every languages. And for some reason, I mean, caching for read is okay, but not busting everything. For something that will almost never change. Actually, I think I use cache for every model, so I only cache. My caching system only works for model-related data. So, for instance, if I want to just grab the entire, I don't know, all the prices, since it doesn't really change a lot, I wanted to put inside of the cache. And to do this, in my model, my price model, for instance, I just cache the subdomain platform, this platform that's prices, scoped by subdomain, and I just return every prices associated. This return every prices associated with the current platform. That's why I set the name get current prices. But you might say, hey, but it's not scoped by the current platform. Yes, it is, because in my middleware, I have a middleware called unsure current platform. And here, I had global scope on every model that should be scoped to a particular platform to avoid and to create a multi-tenancy behavior, if that makes sense. Now, for some reason, if I click save, it doesn't do anything. I think in my database, if I just go to language platform, sure enough, for the platform 1, we got the 2 languages, but the cache system doesn't seem to be working as expected. I don't really know why. Remember, subdomain dash platform dash languages. Where is the setting page? All languages, okay. And if I want to DD language, get current languages, I just have one item. And if I delete the cache, I probably should have two. Sure enough, I have two items. I don't know why the cache is not deleted, even though I deleted it there. This is weird. I don't know. I will investigate further, but I have to dry my clothes now. So yeah, 5 minute, 5 minute breaks. And see you. Welcome back. So, and even Stephen, it's even worse than that. At the beginning, I was thinking about just putting absolutely everything in cache, like only basically Redis would have been my read database, entirely read database, and I would just periodically sync it with the PostgreSQL database would just be in the right database. If that makes sense, because I was so pissed off by the fact that the database couldn't load few connections. But why is this not working as expected? This is something quite weird. Let's debug it. Put this thing here and say page. And now in theory, no, we still have this thing. But yeah, I've recently seen that Heroku has been down for 12 hours. How can you mess up that much? You were the you had a perfect product. That's sad. And all languages is this, okay. But this is the languages, but all languages. Perhaps I have conflict with my naming strategy. Languages. So this is from there. So this is the languages associated with the platform, and all languages is the entire languages. So okay. So now if I remove French and click save, I still do have both. And that shouldn't be the case. Indeed. For some reason, there is caching on this element, even though I forget it. I don't really understand why it's not. I cache it, but for some reason, when I try to, I don't know. Is it the same thing for everything? It's the same thing for everything. Because of the tags that we added. Why? Those tags prevent from deleting one particular E. No. You need to specify the cache key in the tag list. What do you mean by that? I don't even know why. Where are the tags now? Why were cache tags removed from the documentation? What the fuck? Cache tags have memory leak in them. I recommend to. If you assign multiple tags to a store value and try to remove by flushing one of these tags, you still have lingering data because you didn't flush all of these tags. It's poorly implemented just to avoid it. Okay, so there is problem with tags now. Time to revert. Indeed. I don't even know how to revert it. Because this is the commit, but I think... How could I revert? I wanted to do it through the PHP Storm interface. But first of all, I can just cancel everything I've done here. But this is good, by the way. Like, this is actually correct. We can remove this. So now, perhaps in here. How to cancel it? Revert commit, undo commit, reset current branch to here. Oh, doesn't seem to change anything. Boom. So now we don't have any more cache. Now, what I can do is, let's try now if it works. By the way, we're gonna clear the cache. We're the test. If I change the languages, add the French, save. Oh, it works. Oh. So now we need to, I think, manually destroy everything. I don't think there is some wide code element to the this is really, really bad. That's why it's not in the documentation anymore. Now you know. Yeah. Let's forget every other caching element. And this is not the right key. And this is dash platform dash something, I guess. Dash platform dash languages. Perhaps I should have set the caching system at the end of the application. I don't know. I think it's better to have it right now because you can debug. If I do this, oh, I remember forever. That's interesting. Get all languages, yeah. I think so too. What do you think so too? Because I took too much. I don't know and which ID you are referring yourself to. Doesn't seem to be working. What the? Yeah, because I don't clear the cache. No, I do clear the cache. Caching after everything is done. Yeah, I think what I've done is okay. Because otherwise there would have been too much stuff to do. And the caching strategy is, I won't say it's complex, but I prefer it to be already working from the beginning, so I don't have to refactor a ton of files and a ton of events to, because otherwise I would have forgot something. I would have forgot where to put the cache, where to flash it, etc, etc. But now for some reason it doesn't work. Oh, because we changed the key. Now it works. Now if we flash. But one interesting thing is that now there is no more available languages because of that. Without global scope. And now if we clear the cache again, refresh, refresh. Now we see French. Save, boom, remove English, save, boom, go there, flag and define. Yeah. The problem is now that since the language is stored inside of the session of the user, if we remove the language that the user has selected, we get this error. I wonder how I could do it. I wonder how I could force every people that that choose the language to use another language. I don't even know if it's possible. Because now English is not in the list, but I try to display it. I don't know if you have any idea. But now I need to forget every element. I'm probably sure there is something better than what I'm doing right now. This doesn't seem to be really optimal. This looks suboptimal. Okay, application key, I think we can extract this to a method. This is the power of PHP Storm. If I click refactor, it should have created me, yeah, a new method. Forget all cache, all platform cache. The only problem is the name extracted doesn't mean anything, but this is not AI, it's purely logic. I could manage to fix this. So now if I add a language, save, refresh, yes, it's still here. If I go on my Redis refresh, I have element in my cache. And if I delete the platform, sure enough, we should have anything. Except languages, of course. Yeah, okay. It's great. It's working now. Let's review what I've done. Music because it's the same thing. So we just change the name here, yeah, because we change it here. I already has the AI if there is not a better way to do. I don't know if I still have a credit. Is there a better way to delete cache associated with a platform? I don't know what it would say. By the way, I don't know if you're still here, Steven, but when you ask question to cursor, does it create a markdown file as a response, as an answer to your question, instead of directly replying into the chat? Because that's what Juni AI do. I don't know why, but it creates like a big markdown like this as a response, as an answer to my question. While sometimes I just want to and the answer directly inside of the chat, but no, they prefer to write markdown code. What he has done? Cache suffixes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I think I can commit this. Commit and push. I think we're gonna have a problem though. Yeah. Cancel. Git push. I think I have to force it because I've resetted some element. I really should learn Git in depth, like really learning Git, how it works into the hood, how it properly works. Push rejected, yeah, no one cares. So now we can remigrate. Page migrate fresh seed, clear the cache, and then refresh the page, and then log in again. Here we go. If we remove French, save, boom, boom, boom. I don't know what you think about the UX, the UI, Steven. I think it looks okay. Oh, no, it's okay apparently. I don't know if I should put the button to add another. This look goofy. This look really goofy. I don't know why, but I have the feeling it looks goofy. And this is a bit like a bit too much as a padding. I mean, no one will really use it as on mobile, but it has to work. That's all. Hmm. When I try to register myself to a platform, I don't even know if it works. Yeah, it does work. I don't even know what to do now. The block system, I don't think I want to implement it. We can start by doing the user profile account. I don't know, because now if I do the platform, the user cannot do anything, but its account has not been deleted because I don't really want to delete this account. I want one user to have multiple platform. So it doesn't have to recreate a new account every time. So it needs to have some kind of a profile page where we can manage its account. I should also have a login page where we can log into your account without the need to log to a certain subdomain. Yeah, this is quite not complicated, I would say, but it's quite easy. I think the next page that we should do is the users page, managing the users. Because the blog page, to be honest, is ridiculous. I don't think anybody will use it. It was just for posting articles and stuff. The user management, that is important. There's no user management page, and that's sad. I hope there is some tables and stuff. Data table. Yeah. This is kind of this is what I need for the users, managing the user. works right from the bat. Cotton painting? What does it mean? Oh, no, I don't know. What is cotton painting? Randomize. Prerequisite basic table. This is exactly the thing I really hate to do. I think I will use the AI for that. But yeah, anyway, let's start. Oh, by the way, I didn't change the title of the stream. It's not the right. Users. User management. By the way, now that I think about it, if you need a developer for Laravel, Vue.js or anything, I'm open for work. So yeah, let's create the page users. I think we can remove this block root. Won't use it. Sidebar. The scope of the project is big enough. No need for adding another element. Where are my... Here we go. We can remove this. Boom. Now we do not have it. Now we just need to create the user root. Get users user controller. I don't have it. Excuse me. Apparently, oh, but it won't be in user controller. I think it must be under admin dashboard controller, not user. Admin.users dot admin.users dot index, I would say. Oh, it's already there. Can we move it? And then in my sidebar, I guess we do have it. Yes. Yeah, we do not have any method called users, but we can definitely create one. Public function user platform current. We just need users, and this will only be Get current users? Let me see what I've done previously. Get current. It didn't seem to do it. Perhaps I wasn't that far in the process of development. User controller index. User filter. Okay, so yeah, it wasn't cached or anything. And I can't really cache it because there is filters. Oh, I would have to cache every filters, but that's completely overkill for that. User new no, user resource connection user in theory. No, it's not semicolon. In theory it should work. I don't even need a platform, but we would require pagination, of course. Now this is just for debug purposes. I wonder if I should create controller that are on not directly in the root. I don't know, because it sounds like it would soon be a mess if I don't rearrange everything. Users, okay. And then inside of this we can pretty much remove everything. Let's say platform users. Can remove this. Users, just an array. And let's remove everything. We need to use the platform. We don't have it. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. And now we should be able to access to the user page. Sure enough, we do. The only thing is that we don't display anything because it's not on the platform, it's directly in users. Yeah. Boom. what was the design of it? Big card. Okay. So we just need to create big card. We will card header of users. By the way, perhaps it's not even that because data table is already a card, right? No, it's not. Okay. I think we can say card content. It seems to be quite complicated. Well, not that complicated, but this is a bit overkill for what I really need. Because if I have 2,000 users, pagination, basic table. First, let's start building basic table. First, we'll define how column in a column ts5, column.ts. Project structure. Why it seems too overkill for what I need? Can I just put everything inside of the same component? Basic table. You use the 10 stack. Has been unique there. Since it doesn't make sense to combine all of this variation to a single component. So instead of data table component, I thought it would be more helpful to provide a guide on how to build your own. Oh, I don't want to read all the documentation. A reactive table was added in V8 of the 10 stack table. You can see the docs for it. If you want to make it prerequisite, we are going to build a table to show recent payment. Here's how data looks like. Project structure. I start by creating the following file structure. Basic table. Basic table. First, our column is the column files. Data table component to render our table. This seems to be render our table in our index component. Cell formatting. Let's format the element. Row action. Oh. We just need to filter, but I want to filter it through backend, not through the front-end stuff. The table are like this. Perhaps it's even better instead of using data table. If you use view table, let's install it. No other choice. Now we can start to do this. This is typically something that where I can use AI. And then we can copy the HTML. Here we go. And paste it here. Failed to import data table demo column.view. Drop down action. Yeah. Why is it custom data table demo column? I have no clue why. I think I'm going to have the same thing for the utils. I don't know. I should do it. I don't really know. I think I can just copy and mimic the way it looks. face the table because I want to use the JavaScript element of it for sorting and stuff. And I can copy the table and paste it here inside of the card content, and then reuse the element of this. For instance, the card is surrounded by a div with a class of this thing. Paste. So now we do have this. The only issue is that nothing is imported because I remove the import for some reason. Where is it? This is how it looks. To me, it looked totally fine. Not as great as it could be, but still okay. Instead of invoice, of course, it would be users. New ID. This is will be user and user.name. I don't know. Here we go. Oh, this has been sampled by an electronic DJ. This has been sampled. Why this is bored? Oh, because it's card title. Looks better right now. So now we need to display the user, the row, the team. A list of users. Can remove the invoices. We're gonna debug it. To see what element we have to display. We can display the email. The email, the role, the team. It should be more actions. Here we go. So now we need to specify a type. A global, no, an index. We need to specify a type. So export interface user, and there we can pretty much say ID, string, name, email. Avatar. I don't have the avatar yet. What do we have? Is admin. Boolean. And now I think we can import it. There we go. Now it's type, so we can say user email. Is admin, and the team hard-coded for now. Here we go, and now inside of the action, you can duplicate this because it has to have the same amount of it. There will be some button, action button, to edit or delete it or see the profile, etc. I think we can use the 3 dot stuff of listen. I can. Those dots, copy SVG, no, see in action. which can just call it here. Flex. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Now we need to display like a little bit of a, how do we say, some kind of a badge. Like that, yeah. Let's hear the classical ninth symphony. Hi Sam, are you still online? What do you mean by that? Online? The website? Ta-dum, ba-bum, ba-da-bum. So badging system. And we have some variant. Okay. I think we can use variant. Pa-pum, 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 pa-da-bum, pa-pa-pum, pum, pum. We can say vshow user that is admin here we go, and we can say a variant of default secondary, and if it's not an admin, user and this would be outline. Now if I change the row, where are the I'm stupid. They are enrolled directly inside of the user table. Usually I create another table for that. Oh no, they are in the platform user. Why Vue.js? Every day I have this question. Why not? Because that's what I've learned back in, I don't know, 2017. And Vue.js is cool. I think the syntax is great. Perhaps I should learn React indeed, but the syntax of React, I hate it. I prefer writing HTML inside of I prefer to write JavaScript inside of HTML rather than HTML inside of JavaScript. Yeah. The only drawbacks of Vue is that the ecosystem is not as big. But come on, when you see the syntax of Vue, it's like Svelte. Svelte syntax, way, where is the image? Way better than React. It's so easy. Like just you separate things. Like you have your HTML and your JavaScript, and it's interacting smoothly. No, it's way better. That's why I choose Vue. And it's because I know it also. If I knew React, I would have used React. I'm a backend developer and I really struggle to choose front-end technology in my project. There is so many options. Oh yeah, I don't have access to this area. There is many options, but it depends on what you want to do. This is one of the problems with the JavaScript ecosystem. There is a lot of things, like a lot of things. It depends of you and what do you like. If you want to use mostly AI, for building a front-end, I would highly suggest you to use React because AI has been trained extensively on AI, on React, and the ecosystem of React is extremely big, and most of everything works with React. You have a huge ecosystem, like even library component. React is way better. If you want to do mobile application, you can use React Native. So at the end, I would say, yeah, use React. But if your front-end needs are extremely extremely low, like you don't need a lot of interactivity, then I don't know if I would bother with like a proper front-end framework for SPA. If you don't need to build SPAs and stuff, I would suggest you to use some stuff like Alpine, which is a really lightweight JavaScript framework for basic interactivity. You could check HTMX. It's same thing. I don't even know if we could call it a front-end framework. It's like basically performing AJAX request directly with HTML. But if you really want to go into front-end, yeah, I would highly suggest React because this is the most popular thing right now. But if you do Laravel, then you don't bother to learn a front-end framework. You can learn Livewire, or you just stick to Blade component. It really depends on what you want to build and where do you want to go. Pa-pum, 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 pa-pa-pa-pum. Oh, I have to do the team page. I totally forgot to do it. I should have a team page. Anyway. Same thing for avatars. I need to add avatars to users. I don't know if it answered your question. There's a drop down menu. Otherwise, you can use jQuery. I don't know if it's still a lot. It's still used a lot nowadays. I mean, it's still active. Back in the day, everyone was using this. Before ES 2015. Anyway, drop down menu. Can't we change the position of it? Toggle group. Anyway, I think it's okay. We just need. Where do you live? Right now, I live in South Korea. And you from Turkey, I guess? Yes, I'm from Turkey. I don't know a single word in Turkish. Profile. You get the component here. Size. 3, I believe. 5. What's the default color of this? I need to improve my English skill. It depends what you want to do, but it's true that if you want to be a developer, or if you are a developer, then speaking English, or at least understanding it, is quite important. Ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-da-bum. Why the color is not great? Pop over foreground. Here we go. Now we need an edit icon. Pencil. Yeah, I know, I'm good at reading and listening. I'm actually terrible at listening, at reading. I don't know why, but it's so painful. Because I read pretty slowly in English, while in French, I read extremely fast. So I hate reading in English. I should train though, because every documentation is in English. But I guess I'm too lazy for that. Here we go. Now we have. Why don't we have the icons? Oh, 0.5. Here we go. It's not the best looking thing, but it will work for now. I need to speak English better to be able to leave Turkey. Well, two questions. Why do you want to leave Turkey? And where do you want to go? You want to leave Turkey because Turkey, economically speaking, is going down. And perhaps it will sound a bit cliche, but you want to go to Germany? Or Canada? I don't know. I think it's quite the classic destination, I believe. Now I need to increase my seeders to add more users. Database seeder. Actually, I don't seed anything. Platform seeder. Oh yeah, and the user created manually. I want to add 1000 user. How to add user with fact, figure, and factory. Yes, but how? I want to link them to a platform. This is not how it should be done. Clearly not. There's a way better way to do it. In Turkey, dogs are valued more than software developers, which is why I want to move somewhere I'll be more appreciated. More than dogs, because I've heard there is a lot of dogs in the street in Turkey, so it must be something to be a developer there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where you can go, because I think that the job market is pretty terrible, pretty much everywhere in the globe. At least for me, it was terrible. I don't really know where you could go. So now everybody's in it. um, let's run the migration to see if it works. Seems to be working. If I refresh my page, sure enough, we have plenty of users. But I really don't know where you could go. Damn, this is slow. Querying 1000 users, pretty slow. So, yeah, it took more than half a second, which is absolutely terrible. Don't know why though, because it doesn't seem from a pure query perspective, it doesn't seem to have taken that much time. Oh. Why? Why the request was that awful? The queries, oh, and the cache was 870. That's why it takes that much time. Easy user admin and platform. Okay, so we have performance issue, like major performance issue. Bum, 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 bum. If I do this like user equal user all, and then I load. I don't know how could I eager load this. Preload. Isn't it something in laravel? I don't remember how it works. Level 12. Book. Oh, so load. Yeah. Roles, I guess. I don't need it to. If I check the model. Platform user. This platform where platform ID with pivot is admin. Yeah, because it's stored on the pivot. Okay. I wonder how I can do it. How I could, because roles doesn't exist. There is no relation. And I cannot eager load this. No. Very hard junior, even though I'm almost finished. My license is almost over. Yeah. Let's just chat Claude. Here we go. I want to display all of their roles. Their roles is stored into the users. What's the name of the column? Platform user. In the platform user table, column, table. How could I here load the rules? Here is my model and my method in my controller. Here we go, and then remove this users. Paste it and just ask Claude what do you think about it. You need to modify your controller method to include the pivot data. Here how you do it. Alternatively, if you want to get all users who belong to the current platform, you can approach it differently. Now, use a resource. You need to access the pivot data. Here's how you can do this resource. Here's admin, platform user, pivot is admin. Not sure. So, user with platform. So this with this is actually way worse. This is actually way worse. There is a lot of duplication of data, of queries. Oh, actually, no, there is not a lot, but there is. It's bombarding my cache. It's bombarding my Redis database because of this, I believe. The problem is that if I do not, it's even bombarding my cache system. No, it's not. Now it's pretty easy. But I'm not eager loading the rules, so that's not great. Now what was the solution? The controller basic. If you want to get all the links to campaign differently, it's already scoped. Use your rule, but isn't mean. What the point then? What the point for me of doing these things? This was my resource. my method is admin and is owner or userness? No. Not necessarily. Multiple cache record for each user. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Relation loaded. I forgot about this method. It's pretty convenient. I think I will end the stream pretty soon. I don't know how I could eager like this. I don't know. Is current owner if subdomain? Yeah, platform current. Check if platform relationship is already loaded with the current platform data. Where hiding? I don't need this. Platform user. This platform where platform ID with pivot owner first. And that's supposed to be already the case since we scoped. So if we ignore this, for instance, and in my controller I ignore with something like that, wait work. Do I have a ton of duplication requests? Yes, I do. If I say users equal user or, and if I load users load platform, and I send user here, will it work or will it won't work? Platform and better user. I think it's platforms. So now what happened? I think it's the same thing, it just boom, smashed my Redis database. Yeah. Because of this platform ID first. I don't even know if Come on, it's impossible. Oh, no, it's totally possible. It's just that I have to do the same thing, but for the isAdmin thing. This current owner, and now they do the exact same thing, but for the isAdmin. And now we shouldn't smash my Redis database. Still extremely slow though. Actually way slow, way more optimized. It's just the queries that it took like 26 milliseconds. But other than that, pretty efficient. Instead of bombarding my Redis database. Platform user. This platform where ID. Platform ID first. If I go to this page and I refresh, now I should eat my Redis database with a how does it know that it doesn't eat the Redis cache? Is user admin on the platform? Yes, it does. Yes, it does eat the cache. It takes some time. I mean, it won't be that bad because I would have had some pagination, of course. But still, the thing has to be extremely optimized. Now it's the browser that has no time to handle this amount of data. That's funny. And why everybody's user? Everybody should be admin if I just remember correctly. Platform user. Oh no, everybody is not admin. Where is the admin? I'm supposed to be admin. So that's not working. Now this will bombard my Redis database, and I am admin. So it doesn't work. Anyway, there will be something to think for another day because I don't have the time to just debug everything right now. Yeah, so that was it for today. Just some debugging, nothing crazy today, nothing really interesting. Even though, thanks for watching. Tomorrow I won't stream, and next week I will probably do something else. A new project. I will pause this one for a week to launch something else, something new, something really fast. So yeah, have a great day and see you Monday morning.